Every time you press undo, every time a function returns, every time your browser hits the back button, a stack is quietly at work. Today, we unfold one of computer science's simplest yet most powerful ideas. Imagine a pile of plates. You add a new plate on top. When you need one, you take it from the top. You never reach into the middle. This single restriction, access only at one end, defines stack. Last in, first out. We call it LIFO. Formally, a stack is a linear collection with three core operations. Push adds an element on top. Pop removes the top element. Peek looks at the top without removing it. Each of these runs in constant time. The simplest way to build a stack is with an array and a single integer called top. Top tracks the index of the next free slot. To push, we write at top, then increment. To pop, we decrement top and return the value. No shifting, no searching. Pure constant time. Arrays can run out of room. A linked list version never does. Each node holds a value and a pointer to the one beneath it. The head of the list is the top of the stack. Push prepends a node. Pop unlinks the head. Still constant time, but with no fixed capacity. The trade-off is clear. Push, pop, and peek are all constant time. But searching inside a stack is linear because by design, you cannot skip the top. Now, where do stacks live in the real world? Every program you've ever run uses one. When a function calls another, a new frame is pushed onto the call stack. Local variables, return address, parameters, all stored there. When the function returns, its frame is popped. Recursion is just this. Pushing frames until a base case lets us unwind. Here's a classic problem. Given a string of brackets, are they balanced? Scan left to right. Push every opening bracket. When you see a closing bracket, pop and check if it matches. If everything matches and the stack ends empty, the string is balanced. One pass. Elegant. Every editor's undo button is two stacks. One for actions taken, one for actions undone. Press undo, pop from one, push onto the other. Reverse the operation. It's that simple. Calculators don't read math the way we do. They convert expressions into postfix form, then evaluate with a stack. Push numbers. When you see an operator, pop two values, apply the operation, push the result. By the end, the stack holds the answer. The basic stack has elegant variants. A min stack tracks the minimum in constant time by storing pairs. A monotonic stack keeps elements in sorted order, the secret weapon behind problems like next greater element. Two stacks can simulate a queue. And persistent stacks let you keep every past version used in functional programming. Let's see a monotonic stack in action. Given an array, find the next greater element for each position. Walk right to left, pop everything smaller than the current value, then the top is your answer. Push the current value. From quadratic brute force to linear time. That is the power of choosing the right structure. Wherever order matters in reverse, stacks appear. Depth first search uses one explicitly or implicitly. Compilers parse with them. Backtracking algorithms unwind through them. Browsers navigate with them. The pattern is everywhere. One end, one rule. Infinite uses. That is the quiet genius of the stack. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more videos on data structures.